The Ravenstone. Welcome to Piatra Corbului, which literally translates as the Ravenstone. This site is part of the Rosia Montana UNESCO tour. You are now standing within a protected natural area with a perfect view overlooking the mining landscape. From here, you can see the reservoirs or artificial lakes, the surrounding peaks, the village of Rosia Montana and the village of Corna. The Ravenstone gets its name from the shape of the rock peak, resembling a bird's beak, and the black color of the rock and the traces of ancient exploitation on its surface give it the resemblance of a raven. The Rosia Montana UNESCO audio tour contains several landmarks that will guide you on your walk and help you discover this village and its history. Each landmark has a QR code that, once photographed with your mobile phone, will open a web platform sharing the very story of the landmark you are looking at. You will discover our fascinating history and even learn secrets. The Ravenstone forms part of Mount Cârnic, which in return features a large number of entrances and mining tunnels that date back to Roman times. You can recognize Roman tunnels because of their trapezoidal shape. In the Ravenstone area, a unique Roman mining technique involving water, vinegar, and heat was employed to extract gold from hard rocks near the surface. Throughout its history, Rosia Montana held a significant economic importance. The beginnings of surface gold exploitation, such as the visible traces of surface vein exploitation, can be dated back to the Bronze Age, when Herodotus mentioned the agatârși in the Transylvania area. He described them as bearers of gold ornaments. Surface or alluvial gold exploitation continued in the Dacian era. The contribution of innovative Roman technology applied at Alburnus Maior has created the largest Roman mining complex known to date at global scale. The underground mining network that dates from the Roman times contains three major types of mining typologies not found elsewhere in the world: mining tunnels with spiral stairs, inclined planes which are sloping passageways with ceilings cut into reverse steps, the chambers with pillars. The mining tunnels are carved into the rock following the path of the gold vein. In areas where the ore concentration is not linear, exploitation chambers were developed, some of them having support pillars for the ceiling of the widened underground area. In areas where soft rocks or clays are inserted into the rock mass, wooden reinforcement scaffoldings were added. The Roman approach to mining was a technical novelty at that time in terms of the approach to the deposit. It gave way to very efficient gold mining. While there is still uncertainty about the exact quantities of gold and silver taken by Emperor Trajan from the Dacians, what is certain, based on the extraordinary extent of the Roman mining network that spans several kilometers, is the immense amounts of gold extracted from Alburnus Maior and probably from the entire Dacia in a relatively short period. We know that it helped Emperor Trajan build his enduring legacy in funding key constructions that have survived to this very day, and very likely Rosia Montana's gold added to the flourishing economy of the Roman Empire as a whole. Dacia's legendary treasures and the huge amounts of gold and silver, which according to the Romans were taken from Dacia, were certainly part of Trajan's propaganda to justify the extraordinary effort made by the empire to conquer Dacia. The 165 tons of gold and 331 tons of silver mentioned by Criton, who was Trajan's military physician in his Getica, may be exaggerated, but a very substantial war booty was brought to Rome from Dacia. The 123 days of celebration following the conquest of Dacia for the entire population of Rome was a major expense to the imperial budget, and most likely was paid from the gold and silver brought from Dacia. The supposed link between the legendary Decebal's treasure and Dacian or pre-Dacian gold mining remains unverified. Before the Roman occupation, Dacia's deposits were potentially richer, suggesting significant gold and silver extraction through the surface veins or alluvial gold mining. From here, we invite you to move on to the next destination, the Sphinx of the Apuseni Mountains and the Carriera Pit. You have listened to the content dedicated to the Ravenstone of Rosia Montana. The UNESCO Tour of Rosia Montana is a project implemented by the non-governmental organization Rosia Montana în Patrimoniul Mondial. The audio tour is co-financed by Romania's Administration for National Cultural Funds. We based our storytelling on local anecdotes and the works listed on the bibliography on our website. We encourage you to follow the trail that we prepared for you via our website. This will ensure that you discover all objects and their stories of Rosia Montana. Have a pleasant journey and drum bun, as we say here.